Peace and blessings, everyone, and welcome back after our break to heal and recover. This is Nakia. It will say your guiding light, right? Your love and light builder, and something new. You're a cheer engineer for life. Working that out. Tell me what you think about that. I love it. Okay, and so this video is coming up. We're talking about shadow work side. If you didn't see the previous video, make sure you link up of the intro about shadow work. So we're going to get right into this today. Today's session of what we're talking about is how the shadow is born. And I'm going to read from the article, A Definitive Guide to Jungian Shadow Work, How to Get to Know and Integrate Your Dark Side. Okay, so with that, we have ignore. Ooh. All right, with that, we have how the shadow is born. Every young child knows kindness, love, and generosity, but he also expresses anger, selfishness, and greed. These emotions are part of our shadow humanity, but as we grow up, something happens. Traits associated with being good are accepted, while others associated with being bad are rejected. We all have basic human needs. These needs include psychological or physiological needs, safety and security needs, and needs for belonging. These needs are biological and instinctual. As children, when we express certain parts of ourselves, we receive negative cues from our environment. Maybe we got angry and threw a tantrum. Our parents reprimanded the outburst and sent us to our room. Or perhaps we acted boldly, playfully, spontaneously, or silly in our first grade classroom. Our teachers shamed us for our lack of decorum in front of the class and told us to sit down. Whenever it happened, and it might have happened often, it threatened one of our basic needs. Would the disapproval of our parents threaten our safety? Would the disapproval of our teachers and classmates jeopardize our need to belong? And one of the quotes, as I skip some of the content here, is there is no light without shadow and no psychic wholeness without imperfection. And so this right now is very important as I talk about kind of how that impacted me and listening to this. I just thought about, I pretty much stayed the course, except for when I went into certain places and just my innate ability to um, respond differently in places that people, would either reprimand, in a creative way. Like, okay, well, I, may need to express myself through song, or I may need to take a step back and breathe before responding. Or in a meeting, I ask questions for um, clarifying understanding, right? Where in certain places that's recommended. And that kind of suppress and has a feeling of not being able to express myself. And if it's not addressed, meaning, oh, I don't feel welcome, I don't feel appreciated, those things can start to bubble up. And if you don't understand where those things came from or where they resulted from, then that in your bag, right, when we talk about shadow stuff, you're just putting it back there and it's being suppressed. And so this is very good too, as I have children as well. And I'm noticing it more. I like what Jeffrey has put in his article about what we do to children when we reprimand them and we don't pay attention to how our actions impact them negatively or how they're holding on to certain emotions and feelings without them being addressed. And as this part of the shadow work is really to dive in and think about when you respond to people, when you are interacting with others, right? And some of those ways are making you feel, what I say, angry, and you never address it. I'm not saying that you can't get angry because I've been angry, and when I don't address it, that's when it builds up and it starts to explode. And people are like, "Whoa, I've never seen that from you. What is going on?" Well, that's a part of that shadow side. It's things that you don't normally share with others. But if you do the work, right? When we say address it, go back and look at it. Why did I explode? How did I get myself to this point? Right? What are some of the things that I'm not saying? What are some of the things that I'm not doing? And the things that I'm not addressing that has got me to this point. And I think if you can take that step and do that self reflection in this process of knowing how the shadow is born, then you can start to nurture that side too, and you'll be balanced. So with that, that's my take for today on shadow work. Make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and look forward to the next shadow work video. I'm coming up with the next 4 for you, and then you'll have the next for the remaining 21 videos. So make sure you keep posted so that you can be the best that you can possibly be. Okay, remember, this is Nakia, your host, aka Queen Peace, signing out. Remember to be true, be brilliant, be you. Peace, family.